Oh, nice shot, nice ball! Nice shot! Walk it off!
Damn it, Sasuke!
You're out of chakra. It's over, Naruto!
Yeah, you're right, I am out of chakra, Sasuke. But that don't mean I'm out of options, you bitch! Wait, no! So that you lost me! You covered in this village, whether it's in a body bag or not!
That was so adorbs.
Where's the...
Long ago, three friends joined together. They became the Amp Theory.
The Amp Theory Podcast, starring Peter.
Make this dumbass video real quick. Hold up, son. I've just been time away from you to do this thing real quick.
Scott.
We're gonna do it live. You like Blackpink over here at the Amp Theory? You like Blackpink?
How many times were you intimate with my mom?
And J-Mac.
Just like my mom says, dynamite comes in small packages. That's why it's kept me going all these years.
It's okay. I'll never let them see me cry.
I'm crying.
Now here's your hosts, Peter and Scott.
That's not how it is. Okay. Who's starting off the podcast this week?
Scott.
Vin conmigo.
Una aventura.
Wait, how do we like those Spanish?
Say Aventura, isn't that the dude that we reacted to?
Yeah, that's the band.
Fuck. You remember in like high school, you did take high school Spanish because you took French instead because you were being difficult. Do you remember when we said Spanish? They'd be like we'd watch those videos. Vin conmigo. Something. Chapter numero dos.
And on that note, welcome to another episode of the Amp Theory Podcast.
We must have took different Spanish classes.
Yeah.
I remember.
I don't remember that one.
I remember first day of Spanish class. Mr.
I don't know.
Maybe not say
I took
names.
French because I'm fucking smart.
I don't think he wants you.
Okay.
I don't think he wants to be like, boom, I taught Scott.
I had 3 different Spanish teachers. But the first one, I was like, hey.
3? How many years of Spanish did you take?
2.
Yeah, but you had 3?
No, I take it back. I had 4 teachers.
That's 4.
Yeah, I had.
You had 4 different teachers in 2 years?
Yeah, I had a different one each semester. I had 3 bros and like a lady teacher.
How do you say teacher in Spanish?
Gringo.
You would know?
No, so.
Is this the test?
No, I know. Yeah, I'm testing you.
I don't-
Why would I ask you guys?
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't you know?
Basically, what I was alluding to was.
I'm slow, sorry.
Freshman year, teacher was like, "Does anybody know any Spanish?" And like, I was like, "Yeah, I know the word gringo." And the teacher was like, "Yeah, don't say that in my classroom."
Yeah, he's like, hey,
Oh, motherfucker.
not yet. That shit'll fly in 2021, but not today. But I was just say I had double foreign language credit in high school because I ended up taking the Spanish test anyways and just passing real quick.
Oh?
Yeah. So
What did you learn? And I remember saquen una hoja de papel,
yeah,
which was on test days.
je mange la pomme. I eat the apple.
That sounded
I ate
French.
the apple.
Yeah, that was French. Le pomme rouge.
No.
I only know a couple Spanish phrases that I've kept over the years.
Which one?
I remember because it was so heavily, it was the first day they taught Spanish was Me llamo Jonathan. So I know how to say my name is Jonathan.
Yeah.
I remember Esas Mi Amigos, Peter y Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Donde está? ¿Y tú? Muy bien, gracias.
Don't you mean it was Dad? Because this is Daddy over here, Papi.
And then my other favorite phrase was from a great movie called Blue Streak.
Oh yeah.
Tengo el gato en los pantalones.
It's funny that we're
And then also know donde está la biblioteca. I know how to say that.
funny that we're talking about the Spanish, because I actually remember when Peter was trying to help me out with the Latin ladies. You're like, you want to get a Latina? No, I'm putting that there just so I can do something real quick.
I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
Since now we're cinematic, it pulls the focus away when you put shit.
Yeah, you know, that's why it's so clear and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember when you taught me in El Monte, donde las águilas hacen el amor? Nació un cabrón.
Yeah, that was.
They got me into some pantalones.
Yeah?
Yeah, like 2, 2.
Nice.
Yeah, you see, I'm like.
You bet you didn't hand it down to me, bro?
Do you know what I said?
That's not a good friend.
I said in the mountains.
I don't know what it was, but it got you into pantalones.
Dos pantalones. It got me. Is basically Peter taught me to say
What the fuck?
In the mountains where the eagles make love. I was
Puto.
born a badass.
Yeah.
I know that one too, puto.
Yeah.
Give me my drink back, puto.
Yeah. You guys are really cultured. I like it.
Yeah.
You must have been raised in Texas.
I also know my friend said this is a term of endearment for somebody's mother. Chinga tu madre.
Oh yeah, they love it.
I said that one time, and this lady was so excited she passed out.
Yeah, she probably was like, she said, "Ay Dios mío."
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah. I was like, wow, I've never is this what it feels like to be a Latin lover? Just sweep them off their feet and pass out.
It's actually a traditional Mexican reading. You every time you meet somebody, you're like, "Chinga tu madre, chinga tu madre."
Okay.
Chinga tu madre. Yeah, just use it every time.
Nice.
Every time.
No, I actually know what it means, by the way. They would say, when I used to work construction, old Carlos from El Salvador used to tell me shit to go say it, and it would always get me in trouble.
Yeah.
One of them was Chinga tu madre.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, Carlos!
What are you doing?
I'm just checking the camera.
No, you're not. You're just putting your can over there because you're probably done with it.
No. Okay, we're good. We're still good.
Look at that. We're out of focus and a focus. Now we're back in focus. Now we're out of focus. Now we're back in focus.
We're focused.
Wow. Now we're out of focus again.
Gotta sit up here. Jesus.
Good God.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah, we good.
All right.
Wow.
Awesome.
I just sink into
Good thing
this
we're doing our
couch.
cinematic test first before we do our reactions, where we can't have all this tomfoolery.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
y'all just cut out the tomfoolery. We don't cut out the tomfoolery in the podcast, so
No.
But you
the
know,
tomfoolery stays.
Yeah,
and I don't
check.
even know where the phrase tomfoolery came from, but
I just checked though. Like, we're over 6 minutes deep, and you haven't told us who your player of the week is.
considering it was a Cowboys victory, I actually thought about this earlier today. It was not only it wasn't a Cowboys victory, it was a Cowboys ass whipping.
Fucking mollywop.
Mollywop.
The Hall of Famer himself, Tony Dorsett, number 33.
There you go.
Okay.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that.
Next
man.
week, I got a good one. Not a Cowboy, but I got a good one.
34?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to see if I can guess it.
He's a man who helped change video games and took a stand against something in the NFL, which I'm all for people taking a stand against things. So
It's about.
you'll find out next week
Oh, okay.
on a new cinematic episode of the Amp Theory podcast.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be good. I think everything's gonna look better, and people are gonna love it more with this new.
I think I'm going to call this one the Amp Theory in 4K, and they have like a screenshot of us like looking really sexy, like.
Yeah, well, one of two things. They're gonna think we are very, very good looking, or very, very, very not good looking.
Kind of flirting with the ladder here.
Well, first off, Peter's just upset because he's the only one out of two of us who haven't gotten thirst comments on the channel.
No, Peter said Peter said DMs from me.
From who?
You've had like DMs from me where I'm like, "Hey Peter, I just want you to know."
No,
I'm not saying this in front of Jonathan, but here's a picture of my
I'm
nipples
talking
real
about.
quick.
I'm talking about for those who are watching right now, leaving thirst comments. Don't think we don't see them. I see them, but I've only seen them for me now, which was interesting, and Scott a couple times. But the only comments I see about you is like, I fucking hate that guy. Or the ones this week were like, oh wow, he actually looks more normal now they cut all that fucking hair off, or something like
someone
that.
said, "Wow." Like,
They did say wow.
Yeah,
He looks 10 years younger.
I took that wow.
Well,
as
first
like,
of all,
he's
it's because I
fuck.
delete them real fast. So I want my wife
Oh,
to feel
okay.
uncomfortable. So
Interesting.
I get them all the time.
They're really from
I
me.
think that's just jealousy.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
go
what
into
it
my
is.
incognito accounts. That
Just think
Peter
of it
doesn't
now.
know
Think about it now. Maybe you will get some thirst comments.
No, that's fine. I don't even want them anymore.
It's because they know you're married, so they'd stay away.
That's right. Yeah, because they know my wife.
They know Scott
all the shit
is
that you-
single.
not shit, but all the things that you said about Sarah, where you're afraid of her.
Mm-hmm.
I think anybody who would like tempt to flirt with you, like, oh no, his wife will murder me.
Yeah, for sure.
She puts up with that shit.
She will.
She will.
She will fuck you up.
That girl is
I've seen her. I've seen her slap Peter around. He's tall, and she's like half his size, and stop. Please, I promise I won't ever do that again.
First of all,
Great. This is one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Do I have to talk about how I hit my wife again?
Shit.
Nah.
You know what? Subscribers did go up after you said that.
Did
you
they?
talked about that. I think
Is
so,
that a cool
actually.
thing?
Yeah.
Is it coming back?
I don't know. Let's maybe not. Let's not maybe bring it back. Because now we can get caught in 4K.
Yeah. Oh shit.
So I told Zach. I told Zach because we. You
tell Zach everything.
We've known Zach for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Zach is.
Will Zach make an appearance today? Who knows?
Zach is an old soul.
Time will
right?
tell.
I've told Zach more than once that he was born in the wrong time.
Oh yeah.
Zach should have been a 50s father who came home to his wife, who would be like cooking and cleaning and her dressing and her pearls, and when she talked back, he'd slap her a little bit.
I think he would.
I actually think that's who Zach really is.
I think Zach would be like those old timey
Bruh.
advertising men.
He's gonna
Yeah.
whoop your fucking ass. Does he listen to the podcast?
No, he doesn't.
Well,
'cause
we'll
he's a
find
bitch.
out.
Every time I call, he's always like, "So what were y'all talking about?"
Oh jeez. Well, that's not.
I was like, "Talking about you, bitch."
Yeah.
Because you don't listen.
Yeah, and you know what? There's to just fuck with him one day here in the near future. We need to just make a podcast and title the podcast Zach and have a picture of his face, and all we talk about is Zach in the podcast.
Bro,
And see
I
if he
have-
actually watches.
I have all those videos that I've been collecting of him.
Zach, you might want to watch this video. What timestamp are we at? Who fucking knows? You better be fucking watching.
Should be like 11 minutes in.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. Well, we'll see.
So
You can tell him, hey, you should take a look at the podcast because that's a direct threat. If you don't respond, then
Everything we say is canon.
yeah,
yeah, for
in
sure.
that podcast, just
Yeah.
like BTS. See how many views that BTS podcast got? Every time we do a themed podcast, it gets hella views. So Zach, we do a podcast on you. It's gonna get like 7,000 views, and
I'm glad you brought BTS up.
everything's
'cause-
canon, like you said.
Nah, I'm glad you brought BTS up because I really wanted to talk to you about them today.
Oh,
Noticed that you got 2 new pops over there.
you got Sugar and Jimin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So how come we don't have the other 5?
Seems a little
Actually, my mom said that she's gonna get them for me for Christmas. Okay, and that's actually a true story.
That's cute.
She does. She gets them for me all the time. She's like,
Yeah.
you got your whole idea of collecting stuff from me," because she likes to collect shit. She goes, "You got that from me." It's adorable. So, but she buys them for me all the time.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
have so fucking many.
Yeah.
But like she'll buy them like for my birthday or like for like Christmas. She's like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Just buy me shit." Like
Just
Biggs.
buy me
Like,
pops.
yeah, just buy me pops.
That's cool.
Add to my collection. So
No,
2 down, 5 to go.
Yeah, that's cool. Like, because I saw them sitting there and I was like, I'm glad that you have them as a duo, but they seem a little lonely without the others.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you know what? Sugar likes doing his own solo projects.
So it's not Sugar right now. It's August D.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's August D, and then Jimin. I mean, it's Jimin. He's fine by himself.
Wow.
He'll live. But eventually they'll all be together.
I think you should get an earring like that one.
Bro.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
You should get your ears
Come on,
pierced.
dude.
Look, you got the ear piercings down, and you got the tattoos.
No, these are gauges. These are different. Your piercings are still up for grabs.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not getting gauges either.
Just get one,
That's
bro.
if I'm not getting pierced, I'm not getting fucking gauges.
Just get one earring.
You know
just
what?
Don't get it on the.
I think...
First off, I'm a pussy. I hate needles, okay?
Hear me out on this.
So both of them involve
When
needles.
he's done. Okay.
When I'm done, bitch, motherfucker, you want to fight right now in 4K?
I'm telling him, hear me out.
This ain't 2004 when I cowered down to you. I'll whoop your ass right now.
I think that if you got piercings and tattoos, that maybe you'd understand us a little bit better.
What the fuck kind of piercing would I get?
You can get your.
wait.
I think you look good with a nose ring.
Well, I think you look good.
My girlfriend has a fucking nose ring. I'm not getting a nose ring to match.
No, the one in the middle, the hoop in the middle, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That would be
First
sexy.
off, you had a lip piercing. You have no room to talk.
Yeah, no, that's what
No, he did. No, both of you did.
Yeah.
Both of you douchebags.
I'm saying, bro, you should get it right
No,
now.
I'm not. No.
You look like a rock star,
Bro, okay.
Oh, eyebrow piercing.
Oh, Johnny.
I'm a corporate boy. No.
Okay, then why don't you do something a little bit more secretive?
Nipples pierce.
That, yes.
You can still be corporate.
Who's that do anything for?
That'll do something.
No. I have sensitive nipples.
It'll make
it
it
more
more
sensitive.
sensitive.
And I have tiny nipples. No, I'm too dangerous. It's dangerous.
You get studs, not hoops.
Look, I'm sensitive about my tiny nipples, okay?
Okay, here's the thing. Because, you've talked about your prowess. Why don't you get your tongue split?
No, why would I fuck up?
Yeah. Have you seen people like?
First off, I'm not getting that lizard tongue, okay?
I've seen
Whatever you've been browsing at 3 a.m. on Pornhub doesn't need to be brought into the podcast, Scott.
I would never go to Pornhub.
Really?
You know why?
You just laid out. Hey, why don't you split your tongue? You tell me you never Google search split tongue blowjobs. You're a goddamn liar. You're a goddamn liar. Where's my Bible? Go grab my Bible real quick. You're a goddamn liar.
But. No, I haven't, but I will now.
Look at how red he's getting.
Yeah.
Look like motherfucking Santa Claus. Look at her rosy cheeks.
I'm done.
Tis the season, motherfucker.
I'm done with Pornhub because Pornhub has fucking commercials now. I'm just gonna stick to X videos where
you need to fuck with that.
Straight to the point.
You need to fuck with that XNXX, bro.
What's XNXX?
I'm plugging them, bro. Come sponsor us.
What's XNXX?
Change your life.
It's like
you call me later tonight. Be like, bro.
Is this like eFucked or whatever you used to go to?
Anything you, it's crisper than X videos. It's better run.
What makes it more crisp?
Like, you believe more in the mission statement of the company.
Something like that.
What is their mission statement?
Just you know what? How about you report back next week on the podcast on our Thanksgiving episode and give thanks to me, motherfucker.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so hey, should we?
XNXX. I'll send you the link.
Maybe we should wait. I was gonna say, what's your favorite part of Thanksgiving? But maybe we should wait.
We'll wait for their Thanksgiving. Yeah. Let's wait for that. Yeah.
But so
Thank you.
I don't know if y'all knew.
Yes.
On one of the reactions that we did, remember that RM was doing that little line, and it was from that book.
Oh yeah.
I actually read it or heard it.
Okay.
On Audible.
Okay.
It's kind of crazy book.
Kind of deep.
It's a little deep. So like that Herman Hesse guy.
What's the book called again?
Demian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Demian.
Yeah. Crazy fucking book. Crazy. It's just like left me thinking, especially the beginning of the book. Towards the end, got a little crazy. Kind of. I wouldn't say it lost me, but I was like, didn't think it was gonna end up here. But at the beginning, shit was kind of crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah, and he said that line, but like I don't know. I recommend it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do a book review.
Oh, maybe.
Old school AM theory.
Whoa.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Take it back.
Yeah.
We can do a fitness. Oh, that's what we should do after the holidays. We should do like a fitness episode where we're reading books again and shit too.
Would you? Hey, you know what?
Sure, I'll edit it for you.
Yeah. Oh no, we're not working out. We're just talking about working out.
Okay, then I'm down.
We're gonna talk about.
You can just make. Okay. We'll just make shit up.
Yeah, January 1st. What day is January 1st? Pull it up on the.
It's gonna be the.
It's gonna be a Friday, or no? It's gonna be a Saturday.
It's a Saturday. Okay.
Yep. I'm pretty 98% sure.
Let's check it. So then we could just like talk about like our New Year's resolutions. Talk about getting back in shape, reading books.
Yeah.
Book reviews.
Hey, Saturday.
What if
Old school
what if we
shit.
completely stop everything we've been doing and go straight back to the old AM theory?
Should we do a live podcast on New Year's Eve?
I think we'd.
I guess we need to be if you need to be with your family. I was gonna say because Friday night is New Year's Eve, so we could just do a countdown to No, not really. But we can definitely do a Christmas themed podcast.
We should all dress like Santa.
Oh man, we're gonna miss the Hanukkah themed one. You're gonna be out of town.
Okay, so we'll all dress.
Starts on the 29th of November.
What do they call Santa in Spanish? Like Papa Noel.
Santa Claus.
Toto Novella? Is that what you said? Papa Novella?
Papa Noel. No, Papa Noel.
Santa Claus.
Okay, so we'll do Merry Christmas. You do Feliz Navidad.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Feliz Navidad special.
Yeah. Actually, Mexican Christmases are a little bit more religious. Well, back in Mexico.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You, right before, I guess, the day of Christmas, you do this thing called Las Posadas, and they give you a candle, and you go in a group, like all the neighbors get together. You have a starting house and an ending house. And you go and you sing, Christmas carols, and then you end up at somebody's house, and then they feed you and stuff, and then you do that for a few nights.
That's pretty cool.
And then they mix like Native American stuff in there because it's like they have this thing called the matachines.
Yeah.
And so it's like these dudes with drums, and there's a line of Indian dudes going. This shit's fucking crazy. And like the thing, I think the way that they explained it is because then they'll have like somebody in like a mask, and like they'll go around and they're like trying to like scare these people, right? Obviously they're not scared, but like the whole thing is like these Indians that are in line doing this dance, and these demons are supposed to be like trying to tempt them and stuff like that. And so but sometimes you don't get a demon mask. Sometimes it'd be like an old Sting mask with the hair and shit. that's at least that's what one of the kids
That's great.
Yeah, but shit's fucking crazy.
Speaking of temptation.
Why the fuck you look at me, motherfucker? I just felt your presence. Look at me.
Nah.
By the way, I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but I noticed this last week because I edit all the videos you see. I edit. I noticed something very fascinating last week. Now that I'm over here and you're kind of in the middle, you showed so much more life last week in all the videos because I feel like you're like, all right, I'm front and center. I gotta show more emotion.
It's the fact that like now I get to look at you and talk to you, and then I'm like, oh shit, I get to look at you and talk to you, right?
You trying to go midnight skiing, bro?
Where before
in 4K? We can go on Pornhub in 4K.
No, X and XX. What you
X
say?
and XX.
They got 4K, I think.
Yeah. No, but
4K supported.
The amp.
But what it is like I used to.
They can monetize on Pornhub.
I used to just like look at like one direction, so I'd just be staring at you like over off in that.
That's true.
In the sunset. And then I get lost in Peter's eyes because he's like Mr. Latin lover.
Every time you look over here, you hear like a guitar.
Yeah.
Wait, did you just do like the Pornhub?
No, that's boom, 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 boom. Wait,
Something like that.
you.
Something like that, I think.
Yeah, okay, so hold on.
I would never
I'll play it
know.
for you.
I've never done anything like that in my life. I'm a good
Yeah, I'll
Christian.
play it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a good Christian boy.
I heard you go blind if you beat your meat, and my eyesight.
My dad told me that you start growing hair on your palms if you start doing that.
bro.
Oh, they caught me with that shit.
That's why I gotta shave every 3 weeks.
No, they were like, someone once like, yeah, did you know if you like jerk off like all the time, like you'll grow hair on your palm? And I was like, what? And they're like, haha, you jerk off. And I'm like, oh.
That's fucked up. That's actually a really good way to do it, though. That's gonna get copyrighted. Stop it. We're getting copyrighted. Stop it.
Yeah, it's like boom.
Bro, we got copyrighted for a 10-second Kevin Hart clip. We'll get copyrighted for some Pornhub shit.
I've got a higher voice. Let me see if I can wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You do not sound like Kevin Hart. Please don't
I said I
try.
have
We're
a
gonna
high
get canceled
voice.
if you start trying to
I said I
fucking
have
sound
a
like Kevin
high
Hart.
voice.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna cancel us, bro.
Oh god.
You think you're Kevin Hart, bro?
No.
By the way,
What's that?
remember what I reached out to y'all earlier this week. I was like, guys, episode 33 is gonna be the rant episode.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not upset anymore. But I wrote down a couple things I did want to rant about, but I don't really want to rant about anymore.
It's the closure episode.
So I don't know if I really want to talk about these, but one thing I did want to talk about is something that made me laugh my ass off. Can you tell the audience?
Do you want me to read this?
Can you tell the audience what number 4 says right there?
Ooh, Kwa Chang?
Kwa Chang?
You're correct.
What's Kwa Chang?
So I called my dad on Friday. Right?
Okay.
And so he's older now. He can't hear very good. He can't see very good either. So I told him, I was like, there's 2 movies you gotta watch.
Too long.
I was like,
It's caught up to him.
yeah, see? That's what happens, kids, if you do that.
Stay off that damn Pornhub.
No. God, I hope he's not watching. Because he actually does watch sometimes. So is my mom. But anyways, so no, I called him and I said, hey, there's 2 movies you gotta watch this weekend. One's on Disney Plus and one I rented for you. One was the James Bond movie. And the other one, I said you need to watch this on Disney Plus. I said, Shang-Chi, right? He's like, all right, cool. So he calls me Saturday, excited, right? He's like, oh man. I'm like, what? He's like, that fucking movie was awesome. I said, which movie is?
Kwa Chang.
Kwa Chang. I said, wait, what the fuck did you just say? He goes, yeah. He's like, Kung Fu was fucking awesome. The fight scenes.
You're drooling.
I know. I'm losing my shit right now.
Oh my god.
Imagine me yesterday.
Oh my god.
And I had this on speakerphone with Wendy. She was losing it. So I have a witness that this actually happened.
That's funny.
So I'm like, wait, what the fuck did you say? Yeah, I said, what movie did you say? He said, Kwa Chang. I said, you mean Shang-Chi? He said, yeah. I said, why the fuck do you think it's named that? And I guess he didn't. I just kind of left it at that because he can't hear. So I think what it is because his mom, how she pronounces it, because I rewatched the movie and it has like a very heavy Mandarin accent. Yeah. So it's like kind of like with a sounds like Chung-Chi. You know, so I think he got Kwa Chang out of that. I don't know fucking how, because he can't hear.
Yeah.
Because I know he has it loud for the action scenes. Yeah. For the talking, he'll turn it really, really fucking loud. Yeah. So then when the action happens, you can't hear it. My mom, every time I was over there, and still every time I go visit and he's watching something, she's like, turn that fucking down, because he has it on like 80.
Oh shit.
Like, because he can't hear shit. Yeah. But I'm assuming that's just. And I was like, why didn't you? I should have said, why didn't you just turn the captions on? Oh gosh, sugar. But then I was like, wait a minute, he wouldn't be able to read the fucking captions anyway. That's funny. So, but I just wrote that down because I thought that was funny.
Yeah. While
but I don't want to write about anything else.
Kwa Chang.
Yeah.
Well, while that was completely accidental, one time I went with my dad to what was it, Panda Express or something.
Oh yeah.
And this motherfucker thought it was a good idea, so like I ordered the shit. And so then it was like, some Asian dish. And he thought it was a good idea to like imitate Asian language. Oh. And so he's all like, can I get he said it, okay? He goes like, ting tong tong chicken. And I'm like, dude, like, I was like not paying attention. And he said that and I look up real quick and I'm like,
no.
I was like, hey, don't do that.
No.
Yeah, I was like, hey. Don't do that. He's like, what? I was like, times have changed. you can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
My dad.
That shit was wild.
My dad, he's like that too. Like he just makes jokes, right?
Yeah.
And it's jokes that everybody's heard, like stuff that we've grown up with.
Yeah.
Nothing like too terrible.
Jokes that we've all heard older generations say, but kids nowadays are hearing like, oh my god!
I was like, man, I could really go for some orange chicken and some broccoli beef.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, what about that cream of some young guy? Exactly. And I'm like, no, I don't need that.
That's an old fashioned back in the day prank call thing.
No,
you never heard of cream of some young guy?
Yeah.
It's my cousin, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, bro, I haven't heard that shit before.
Brother, the cream of some young chick. Yeah, bro.
Or some young chick creaming.
So I was like, hey, that's not what we're doing. No. I was like, we're gonna go get some orange chicken and we're gonna go get some broccoli beef. Yeah. It's gonna be fucking good.
Yeah.
Fried rice optional.
These older generations, man. Like I always.
I don't mean anything I say.
Yeah, I feel like we're at that age in our 30s, right? Where I feel like we kind of still understand younger generations in a way.
In a way.
We're in that weird and in between middle thing where I understand some shit, but then there's some shit that Gen Z pulls out. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, but then also
like, okay, little mini rant, just not the dudes with the pearl necklaces, bro. What are y'all doing?
Dudes, I've never seen dudes with pearl necklaces. What are you talking about?
Oh, I got videos for you.
Fucking pull it up while we talk.
I know there was a baseball player that did that, right?
So
I'm talking about like Batman's mom got her pearl necklace and type shit.
That's a weird
that's
flex.
a real thing.
I gotta find it, but
I mean, to me, it's only weird because it's like I don't see pearl necklaces as like cool, like in a form of a rosary, maybe.
Yeah,
they were pearls. That'd look a little hard.
I can see that.
But just
it might be on one of these. But anyways, keep. I'll let you know if I see it.
yeah, but just actual pearl necklaces. To me, it's like it reminds me of a certain look. And
50s housewife.
Yeah, just old white lady.
Yeah. What the? Is that you? Is that you?
We could put this in the podcast if you want to do a live reaction to this, but I'm trying to find the one where it's the dude with the pearl necklace.
Can we talk about how cringe talk makes me feel insecure about putting videos up on the internet?
That could be its own separate video, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, God damn, man, is that how we look? I hope not.
Oh,
I think we look good. I think we're good, right?
Yeah. Doing the podcast and the reactions, yes. But when we did that dance video, I was fucking terrified that somebody was going to be like...
Oh, it could still happen.
I mean, it could.
But I think, I don't know, our shit was kind of live, though. Like, that shit was hard, I think.
Jonathan, he did some magic on that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because I was actually really terrified that we would look like some of these people on Cringe Talk.
Yeah,
that dude.
But when he fucking put it together, I was like, oh, thank God.
You know, when we take our little maybe possible podcast break, one of those things we can do is record some Cringe Talk videos that we can put out.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Something different.
I mean, like reactions or
react to shit. There's a new channel I found. It's called Angel Wires, and they're putting up like the hottest cringe content right now on the internet.
Oh damn!
Yeah. We should something like this. Like, who did it better? Well, maybe not with him.
No, that guy says don't steal my Fortnite dance.
Yeah, he looks like he. But see, like something like this, right?
Oh, like, hold on, this next one. Hold on, this next one. I just want you to listen to this next one. Hold on, not this one.
Is this with Count Chocula?
No, just listen. Yeah, it is Count Chocula. That's what I'm trying to get to. You fucked me up. You made me camera shy and nervous. I pulled the trigger.
Pulled the trigger too quick.
I got nervous.
Man.
Oh, what?
Oh, no.
Oh, damn. Oh, no.
Don't come to my house or else I'll suck your dick.
That's a good one. I'm like, I'm glad you saw that, but that's not the one I'm looking for. I'm trying to find the dude with the pearl necklace. Carry on, but
man.
Real quick though, did y'all hear about this Facebook Metaverse thing?
How you feel about that shit?
So I don't know if I fully understand it, but I guess they're just making a virtual world, right? Like,
basically.
Bro, I don't know, man. I feel like, okay, look, can I go conspiracy?
Go ahead.
Okay. So,
we're in support of conspiracies on this channel. We're all about free speech.
Yeah. So look, I just
the crazier the better. It's hilarious.
I'm gonna try to keep my personal views out of this, right? So this is like, because I don't want people to think about it. So I'm thinking, vaccines seem to be widely unpopular, and I'm just going off of unlikes on YouTube.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is a lot of people aren't taking it, then everything's going to be unemployed, right? Then we're going to go through like mass starvation, and next thing you know, Facebook's going to be like, hey, you want to like sell your life, and we'll put you in this pod, and we'll connect you to this metaverse. You can have everything you want. Crime goes down. All these rich people keep the real reality, and all these undesirables, which is us, all the poor people.
Have you seen Ready Player One?
Yeah,
that's kind of like where
yeah. But they like still had everything like, Oh, but then that reminded me. So look, okay, remember when we called Zach last time, and we told him, hey, like, if your soul was in that girl's body, would you fuck, right?
Right.
And it's like that would never happen. It was a hypothetical. He said, not anymore. What if you guys meet in the metaverse?
Ooh.
Your soul is in some bitch's body.
Well,
and then Zach,
you mean I'm controlling my avatar?
Yeah, you're controlling your avatar, which is some banging girl.
It's another reason Zach needs to be watching.
And then Zach, he's his avatar.
This is actually a good question. If you were in the metaverse, right?
Yeah.
And you... Okay, so normally you'd want your avatar to kind of look like you or like a heightened version of you, right?
Yeah.
So you'd be like 7 feet tall, fucking jacked, right?
Yeah.
But if you were a female avatar...
I'd fucking be a slut. Like, whatever.
No. What would you look like? Who would you want to look like?
Shit. I'd probably be like
mine.
A thirst trap. I mean, like an actual person. What person?
Yeah, sure.
Shit.
I would want to look like Pam Anderson and Barbed Wire.
Oh, okay. Specific.
You should call up Zach.
Okay.
Ask him, hey, who do you think is the hottest celebrity?
Call Zach.
No, wait.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm setting this up for you.
I'll let you ask him.
No, he trusts you. He don't trust me.
He can trust you, but okay. Who's the hottest celebrity?
Yes, and then ask him.
Would he fuck in the
if
metaverse?
I became the virtual version of her and I was controlling a virtual version of her, would you fuck me?
Yeah, because technically it's not even his body touching. This is all virtual.
Yeah.
We got to find out how straight Zach is.
Yeah, does it go virtual? The quest continues.
We're doing this for science too.
Yeah.
I mean, this is purely for science.
We actually did this so I didn't start ranting either.
Yeah. Well, you were going to rant about the metaverse?
No, I was going to rant about how people were going to would turn anything into a goddamn, like... And I love the conspiracy theory, but like people actually believe, like, even though they want to make something cool like the metaverse or something like that, like they'll turn it into...
Oh, you on? Hey, I got a question for you.
I'm afraid to hear it.
All right. So we're talking about like celebrities and our celebrity crushes and yada yada yada. To you, this is important. Who is like your hottest celebrity crush? Like 10 out of 10 current, like absolutely in love, drop everything, move cross country to be with type love for a celebrity of the lady variety.
Alicia Cooper.
Okay, that's a really good one.
That's great.
Are we talking about current or, maybe if you had the possibility, 2004 Alicia Cuthbert.
Girl Next Door Alicia.
Yeah.
You know what? It'd be either or.
Okay.
I don't even care. Either or.
All right. Follow-up question. Here we go.
All right, Zach. Now... if there was a Facebook meta version that I created of Alicia Cuthbert, and you could fuck her virtually, but I was controlling her body virtually, would you do it?
So
knowing that you are fornicating with her, but I'm controlling her virtual body. So when she's sucking you off, it's me at the controls. Because in the virtual world, you have to make all the motions for real to make it really
like a
real.
Power Ranger.
Like a Power Ranger.
In what's it called?
In the Megazord.
You don't hit Control Shift S for suck?
No.
I probably would sit there and say yes because
Oh, he did it!
You catfished me.
No, you catfished. That's awesome. That's great.
Thank you,
Like, what else am I
Zach. You
supposed to
just broke the internet. You know, we talked about you earlier in this podcast. I'll let Scott tell you all about it afterwards, though.
Yeah,
Wow.
so you know what? Not my fault about getting catfish. It's like that was false advertising.
Hey, it's all right. We're all a little gay. It's proven.
Not really, Peter.
It's on
Not
a
really.
it's on a scale.
It's on a scale, bro.
I was getting ready to get down on my knees for you.
Yeah, Jonathan was gonna Tebow you.
Yeah.
Especially when you're being a little gay for your friends.
Yeah.
It's not gay if it's for friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's forgivable.
Yeah.
Well, you got your questions answered now. So.
If anything, it's just frowned upon, like masturbating on an airplane.
Yeah. It's 2021.
It's not illegal, but shouldn't do it.
All right, Zach. Well, I
I mean, it's
appreciate
probably
it.
illegal. Never mind.
So,
don't do that.
We're
I
thinking
don't want
about
to be held
doing.
liable.
We're thinking about doing an episode dedicated to you.
Yeah, I'm afraid we'll show up in that episode.
Nah, we
This guy said
decided.
something about a bunch of videos he has of you or something.
Some compromising videos.
Yeah, I'm afraid of what's going to come up.
Anything you want to tell me about leche?
Not really, no.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
That's milk in Spanish.
I don't even know what that means.
I'm a big fan of tres leches. Cake.
Leche is milk in Spanish.
Yeah, I don't know how that applies to me.
Oh, you know
What you been doing with some milk, boy?
Oh, that's a great
I don't
cliffhanger.
actually.
You don't remember saying something about milk to me?
Oh, you're a piece of shit.
Love you, bye.
Piece of shit.
Hey, we love Zach.
Oh, we
I can't believe he admitted it. He's a normal human being.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not a robot.
No, have y'all seen that Black Mirror episode where
I've heard about this. Yeah.
him and his homeboy, like, that's a virtual reality thing you plug in and it's like, like video games. So you know,
Yeah.
like Mortal Kombat. Well, it's like they're like Mortal Kombat. The guy's the guy and this the other character picks a girl. And so they're like going at it just like Mortal Kombat fight. But next thing you know, like they're going at it and then they start kissing, start fucking and shit. And so then it's like, oh, that was weird. Yeah, let's never talk about it again. But then they just keep meeting up and keep fucking. And it's like two homeboys, And so then like the whole thing about the episode was like, well, it's in this virtual world. Is it cheating? And so like they became addicted because the guy's like, the guy that was the girl, he's like, bro, you don't understand. Like, I feel like a woman and orgasming like a woman is fucking nuts. And the other guy has a girlfriend and he's like, yeah, well, I've been married and like, it's like fucking another woman, So it's like both guys were kind of like, oh shit, maybe we shouldn't do it. They do it. Well, wifey finds out, right? They're fucking in this video game. And so at the end, they kind of get to have an open marriage where the guy has permission to go fuck his friend, but then wifey go out fuck real guys. It's fucked up episode.
It's a little rough.
Yeah.
I was thinking because like how we're talking about like controlling like avatars and shit.
Yeah.
There was a movie that came out like 2008, 2009 called Gamer. Basically, it's
Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So like a person could control like an inmate in an FPS game, or I don't even know if it's FPS, but it like basically controlled one of the inmates as a character.
Mm-hmm.
But there was also a separate game run by Dexter, the murderer. You know what I'm talking about? That
The
actor?
guy who plays Dexter.
Yeah, the guy who plays Dexter. But like the people in the game were being controlled by other people. So Gerard Butler's wife in this was being like controlled by some big fat dude that was like folding like waffles in half and dipping them in syrup and like eating them, and he's like trying to get her to like
sounds
fuck
so good.
dudes.
Oh shit, bro.
That sounds good, minus the fucking dudes part.
Yeah. It's crazy. So, like, another thought experiment, right? You know how we were talking about homeless people a few episodes back? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, we were like, man, like, certain homeless people have mental issues, right? Not all of them, just some of them do, right? And so then you're thinking, like, hey, like, putting them somewhere, like a nice facility, even though it may be forced, is it, like, more, is it, like, morally okay to possibly do that, knowing that they'll have a place to stay, they'll have food. Yeah, they're kind of there against their will, but it's also like, they're a little bit mentally ill, right? So we were kind of like asking that. So I guess as a further that, right? So it's like if you were able to connect them into the metaverse, like Matrix, right? To where they're like, they don't know what the fuck's going on the outside, but on the inside, they're having the time of their life. And all you do is just put them in a little room, hook a little IV to them to keep them alive for however long. You think that's still unmoral?
Yeah.
You think so? Even though they're having the time of their life?
At some point, when do you stop becoming human, though? I mean, obviously, without a doubt. I mean, it's already happening between the integration between artificial intelligence and human. But at some point, you just gotta be like, okay. Like, as much as I love Elon Musk, I'm not sold with the Neuralink thing. Like, I don't know how I feel about that shit.
I think that's going to be something that you put Neuralink with the metaverse. You just come in and out.
Look, so here's what I was going to rant about earlier. A lot of people, And I love conspiracy theories because number one, I love how entertaining they can be.
Oh yeah,
how
fun.
Out fucking of left field they can be. But most of the time, this shit is not like, obviously it's not a conspiracy, but man, they do so much shit that like it just feels, it gives them so much feel. Like anything with this metaverse shit could be easily like how you're saying, like the problem is the people that actually believe it and like wholeheartedly believe it, but they don't know any better.
Yeah,
like they can't comprehend it totally. They're like brainwashed in this certain way. Like it's a whole thing with like older people, especially on social media. They see something and they totally believe it. They like, I equate it to how like when I was 10, 11 years old, that's when I first got the internet back in 2002, 2003. And it was the wild fucking west back then, okay? Yeah. And I found out really quickly that, oh yeah, there's a lot of bad shit on the internet. There's a lot of shit that's fake. And there's years and years of shit I've siphoned through and stuff like that. But this older generation, they didn't have that. Now, and like the older generation and the younger generation, they have it at their fingertips. Like there were some people that were older than us that used like computers and shit, but not a lot. It's mainly our generation that was like the first generation that actually fucking used computers and was on the internet.
We invented catfishing.
Exactly, bro. I was an OG catfisher back 2004, bro. Like y'all had no idea. You were right there next to me, so don't even.
Big dirty 05.
Shh, that's my old shh. Anyways,
okay, so
but like people nowadays, like the internet's there, and like there's again, it's kind of like there's no filter. But the problem is with like the no filter is there's so many pieces of information out there. It's like it gets people freaked out. Like what is real, and then it doesn't help when you actually have real, actual mainstream news that fucking lies or bends the fucking truth on
crazy.
Shit.
Yeah.
It blows my mind. It's like we're living in a goddamn simulation.
It really is.
It feels like it, man. It really does.
It really is.
There's something not right.
Yeah, because the fact that you mentioned that is that it's not the fact that they're like just. We always knew they were lying, but now it's a thing where it's like they're lying and the truth is very easy to find.
Yeah,
you know, and I think one of the things is the whole Joe Rogan thing. Like that's where you can like really look at like there's other options, right? Like, you know, obviously, I again, I don't want to get too political into that whole thing of that what that was.
Yeah,
but we have to admit that there were some things that those networks were talking about.
That was untrue.
That was untrue. It was verifiably untrue, and not talking about the fact that it's like he still got well.
Yeah,
you know, it's like you know,
and there's something to say about that because why? Obviously, is okay. The medicines that he took, the medicines that a guy like Tim Pool, who also had COVID, took, like which are like banned words that you shouldn't say. Yeah. And these networks don't want to say shit. Okay, it goes back to okay. You have to understand. There's stupid motherfuckers in the world. And these stupid motherfuckers have access to the internet and social media. Think about the Tide Pod thing. It was obviously a joke. Yeah. Obviously. But some dumb motherfuckers fucking ate it.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the pandemic. Hydroxychloroquine. Remember? And fish tank cleaner and shit like that?
Yeah.
There's a version of it that's not fish tank cleaner. Some dumb motherfuckers. And there's a select few dumb motherfuckers. And it's also called Darwinism.
Yeah.
They fucking weed themselves out. Took fucking fish cleaner and the guy killed himself or whatever. And the wife was like seriously damaged. It's the same shit with the I word that I don't want to say because I don't know if they would take this video down or anything like that. But yeah, there's a horse paste version of it.
Yeah.
But there's also a pill version of it. And one of the three guys that created the pill for it, actually all three guys that created it, won the fucking Nobel Peace Prize for creating that drug specifically. Yeah. And it's one of the many drugs that they were given because they were given the kitchen sink. And the shit worked. They got healthy quick. So why the fuck would the media lose their shit about, oh, don't listen to this? Like, do they not want to get people better? No, they don't. Because guess what? COVID is good for fucking ratings. And places like CNN are starving for ratings because Trump's not in office anymore. The ratings are tanking. Bro, the AMP theory is close to getting average ratings on some of your fucking CNN shows. So you need to shut the fuck up because it's getting sad out there and a lot more people are realizing it. But the sad thing is there's a whole swap of people who just, oh, this biased person I follow This is what they said. This is what I believe. I don't need to look up anything else. And it goes on both sides. And that's the biggest problem. Is there's people out there taking advantage of people who don't know what the fuck is actually going on. Don't actually look into things.
Yeah.
And it's they're just easy pickings. It reminds me of like televangelists. Easy picking off those fucking people who are just looking for something. It's just like how religion pulls in people who don't have anything else, or it's a cult that brings in somebody, or a pyramid scheme that's like, oh, I don't have any money, like, oh, but if you do this, you can get rich real fucking quick. Like, there's suckers out there, and unfortunately, there's too many.
Yeah, well, I think the you bringing up religion is funny because it's like I feel the same way that certain like religions are in the sense of like, hey, like we have questions, and they're like, well, don't look into it. Just trust what I have to say. I feel like the same thing is happening with this stuff, right? Because it's like you have an opinion, right? And the biggest thing is like the Joe Rogan like show, right? Is that he has a 3 hour long show.
And they take a 1
minute
clip.
Sanjay Gupta, right? You have a 3 hour show. I listened to the whole thing, right? You listen to it at time and a half, and you won't miss a beat, right? So you get through it a little bit faster. But you have the whole show, right? And you listen to it, and you hear the way one guy's acting. And Joe Rogan, he has so many hours on tape that you know he's acting the same, right? And then you go and you see Sanjay Gupta with Don Lemon on the freaking
act totally different.
And he's like a minute there, I was like scared, and I didn't know if he was joking. And it's like, dude, how do you not like? We also
bunch of fake motherfuckers.
And what's crazy? Then
any person on TV, don't trust them. They're fake.
Yeah, and then you look at the View, and then you go and you look at the View talking about that interview and all that stuff, and it's clearly people that didn't look into it. And it's like, dude, you're about to get on camera. I don't even get on here and talk about shit as if I know, if I ain't looked into it, you know? And it's crazy that these people do it, and it's like, damn, you have certain podcasts more educated than people on primetime television. Yeah. You know, it's fucking crazy.
It has to fit a certain... And mainstream media, on one side or the other, it has to fit a narrative, right? And sometimes, not doing your due diligence, not, like, fully understanding, like, what's going on, doesn't fit that narrative because what you... hearsay. Hearsay gets on like TV more than fucking anything, right? And like whether you like it or not, like, that's what's happening. Like you're not getting like the full story on either side.
Yeah.
And one side, they're like, hey, like, you know what? Instead of like doing your own independent research, just listen to what I have to say.
Yeah.
And that's the most dangerous part.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta watch out the people you follow for sure.
Yeah.
God damn, I forgot what I was gonna say.
I mean, you said a lot. Like I feel like you were very
no, it's
very
Here, I'll get you started.
My brain is fried. Like it's just because I see this shit all week, and like that's why like different times during this week. You know what? Since we're on a roll and we're 51 minutes into the podcast, I guess I'll start. Let's rant about some of the topics that I put on my list. By the way.
Oh wait! One last question
go
about
ahead.
the metaverse before we move on.
Oh yeah.
Just one last thing, right?
I don't know how I feel about it. I like the idea, like the Ready Player One shit.
Yeah.
Like
Video
being
games.
tapped into a different world, but like. At certain point, like I wouldn't want anything implanted in me. I'm cool with something that like maybe like it's actually immersive.
Yeah.
Thing is with like VR and shit like that, I've never gotten into VR because like
that shit's fun.
I get it, but like it's not one of those things that actually takes me out. Like I still am very aware of like everything in like.
But I want to take a dark twist though. Is where my question. A very dark twist. I don't know. A little uncomfortable.
I would love an immersive.
No. This is the uncomfortable question.
Like a full. Okay.
Let me ask. So, what do y'all feel about virtual reality, like where it's immersive and all that stuff? Games or whatever, or rooms that we don't call them, to do things that are like deplorable to do in real life, like murder, like
that'll happen.
Like some full dive Inception type.
That's 100%. If it became more of like a normal thing, that of course it's gonna happen.
No. What I'm saying is,
what
if they created something that allowed these people that have these temptations, like
it's like an outlet,
like pedophilia, like murder, like the worst things that we can think of, but they're allowed to do it in this fake world. Like, do you think that's something?
I feel like there would still have to be limitations on certain things, like maybe not pedophiles.
Well,
if you want to like,
let's keep it simple, right? Let's keep it simple. Like someone who maybe is like, I've been thinking about like killing somebody, right?
Yeah.
You send them to a room. They're like full. They've done like the full dive.
You see fucking Chad there.
Yeah, and you go bang bang, right?
Yeah.
I think,
and then he comes back. And you can kill him in different type of ways.
I think you would need to keep track of those specific people who go to do those deplorable things. But two, at what point are they gonna figure out like that shit's fake? I didn't really take a life. The high that I felt isn't real, and then they bring that shit back IRL.
It could end up being worse.
Yeah, it could end up being worse.
They could be using that shit
we won't
practice,
know,
bro.
Yeah, but we won't know until it does it. So like, if in this fake hypothetical, if it helps reality. Do you think people?
I say go for it because you never know until it happens.
Yeah. Do you
There's
think
risk in anything that you do?
Yeah. Do you think people should exercise these demons in this fake world, seeing if it helps the new world, like or the? Real
I don't think
world?
I don't think that's a terrible idea. Like some kind of therapy, like this virtual, that it wouldn't hurt anybody. Literally, it wouldn't hurt anybody, and maybe it would help some people psychologically. I think that's actually a great idea, and probably whoever creates that will be a billionaire.
Yeah. What if we use it as therapy, right? What if like let's say, just hypothetical, right? You do.
They probably are working on something close to that.
Yeah. Let's say y'all do something,
already.
And I'm like, damn, I really want to kill these motherfuckers, right? And but I don't want y'all to know, right? I'm just kind of pissed off, right? And I go into a room and I'm like, yeah, but Scott and Jonathan, I'm about to fuck these motherfuckers up, right? I fuck y'all up, but part of the stipulation is you can come and do this in this fake world, but we're gonna send an email to these guys letting them know that you did this, and now you guys have to talk it out, like as a form of therapy. Because then you're gonna be like, what the fuck, dude? Like you went into a room and like, dude, you really have that, and then we talk it out.
Trying to kill me, dog?
Like, what if it's a form of therapy? Yeah. Like, motherfucker, you trying to kill me?
That's interesting,
right?
I think. Taking it down that dark route, like murder.
I would also think like if you wanted to kill a specific.
People would have to like be like monitored a little bit. If you're gonna kill somebody,
like
if you have that in you to go kill somebody,
it's like motherfucker, we'll follow you for 3 months.
Now on the other hand, like if somebody is like, hey, like I've been married for X amount of time, I love my wife, I'll never leave my wife, but it's gone stale. I think I need to like, I'm not gonna cheat in real life.
Yeah,
but I gotta fuck this pussy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's crazy. And then should your spouse then be upset? Because that's a whole relationship thing, right? Like you can't.
Right.
You're gonna have to tell your significant other, is like, hey, I'm gonna have to go fuck this pussy.
Exactly.
I don't know. Why don't you ask Sarah and let us know what she said? His eyes got real big.
I'll ask her. It ain't real, Yeah. So I'll be like, hey, look. So if this.
But then you can also.
But then, well, actually, I can answer as a husband. I can answer as a husband, though.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. Like, if she's all like, "Hey, Pete, you ding dong too little."
What if you're ding ding? But what if you
try to get that virtual dick?
Yeah, I'm trying to get that virtual ding ding.
What if you're like, "Hey, like, look."
Oh shit! I don't know if I like that.
I want to try something. But I was practicing these new moves, right? Because I wanted to try something new. It's because I went.
No, you can virtually eat my ass first.
Yeah, I fucked this pussy in virtual reality. Just so I can come home and be a better lover to you. That's how you can spin it. It's probably bullshit, but she's like, cool.
That might work.
Pussy, I'm gonna get that eating.
No, bro, that's so crazy. Because then it's like,
it might work.
Let's say your girl comes to you, and you can play along because you got a girlfriend. Your girlfriend comes along to you. Your significant other is like, hey, look, like
hell no, I ain't gonna be all right with it. Hell no.
Then let's say let's say she has the best like fucking argument, and you're like, all right, cool. Like, let's give it a try. My ass is be thinking, what player did she pick? Like, right? You're picking your player in Mortal Kombat, and it's Latin lover, like BBC, like fucking.
Shout out to those who are into like bringing in a different person or bringing in like a third into a relationship. Shout out to those people.
They can do
Y'all
that.
got a different layer of courage than I do, and it's not even about like courage or like. I would just be like, you dirty. Like, ugh. Like, I could not see her. Like, I couldn't see the woman I love with another dude. I'd be like, you've been tainted now.
Like, she comes home, she's like, it's E-Dick, but I got new moves, right? Like, I leveled up.
Or if it's E-Dick.
It's E-Dick.
Well, what if it's E-Dick, but it's like Zumba? It's like it helps them get in shape. And then they come over here and rock your world in the real life. Like, let's say she didn't tell you, right?
Nah, but she's gonna be like, "Hey, by the way, I'm going back to the. She can stay more time in the virtual world than with me."
You're like, I ain't seen you in like 3 months. All right, so let's say this, right? Let's say you're like,
I'm gonna turn the breaker off in the house. Pay attention to me.
Okay, so let's just say, you know, your girl's like, hey, like, I'm gonna start exercising, and you think she's going to like an exercise class. You see that her attitude's better, like she's in a good mood, and then in
like,
the
bitch, what's gotten over you?
No, in the bedroom, she's rocking your world, bro. And then like about 6 months in, you find out, hey, I've been taking E-Dick Zumba. Like, now you're completely satisfied. Yeah. We gotta fucking learn how to program.
Yeah.
We gotta learn how to program.
It has a ring to it. E-Dick Zumba.
Yeah. But let's say she's been rocking your world. Like, you're like, I've never been so satisfied in my life.
Toes are going like this.
Yeah, you're fucking
curling.
Yeah. Like, you're thinking about giving her a chapter in your book, bro. Like, would you be like, yeah, continue?
If it's just an E-Dick.
Strictly E-Dick.
Strictly E-Dick. Fuck.
Maybe.
You know what I was just
That's
thinking
intense,
about,
bro. That's intense. I feel like my high school jealousy would come in. I'd be like, what? How tall is he? Like, what's the biggest dick? You know, like, I don't
She's
know.
like, we don't want to know.
Yeah. It's like, oh, shit.
But you know what I just thought about? Like, you know, not killing people, not fucking. Like, fighters. They could, like, they could do, like, a full dive and, like, do training camps without actually hurting their bodies.
Hey, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
if it's that, like,
fight training camps, like, especially if you're trying to, like, come back.
Yeah.
That might be the way to go.
Sparring with the actual virtual version of the guy you're fighting.
Yeah. It's like,
yeah,
that would actually produce, like, better fights, I think, because you're like, I already know this person's moveset.
Yeah.
Like, I know what to expect going into this fight. Instead of watching, like, film on, like, a fight, you're like, I'm in it.
Man,
that would be interesting.
You think we'll have a time where, like, people can choose to, like, permanently live in the multiverse?
Maybe not in our lifetime, but eventually. Yeah.
Eventually. Yeah.
Hey, what if we're in a multiverse already, but the program's like, what if life was so shitty, like, in the real world?
I can tell you,
this is like better.
We're not. I can tell you right now, we're not in simulation.
No.
Have
you ever had dreams and then they happen?
Deja vu? Yeah.
No, actually.
You've never had deja vu?
I've had deja vu, but I haven't had a
I've
dream.
had dreams that have, like...
It's not so... Deja vu isn't a dream that happens in real life.
It's something that you kind of...
Deja vu is something that's, like, happened before, and you get that feeling, you're like, this has happened before.
Well, no, I've had
I get
dreams.
that shit all the time.
I've had dreams.
That's what we call a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah. I've had dreams where... And it's small, insignificant shit. Like, sometimes it'll be, like, just looking at something and looking back. It'll just be like, oh, shit, I had that dream before.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah?
Your mind is a very complicated thing.
I've seen things like in dreams, and then it can be like months later. It'll fucking I'll see it again.
Yeah,
and that part I don't get.
Yeah, that's weird.
Because
how
I dream about the past sometimes, but then dreaming about I think what it is that you're dreaming about a plausible future. You know, like, if, you know, we're here every Sunday, right?
Yeah.
You can dream that you were wearing this green shirt,
Yeah.
and that I was wearing this hoodie, and he was dressed like Tim Pool again, right?
Yeah.
And we're sitting on the couch having a conversation. Maybe something that has been brought up that we've talked about many times gets brought up again, right?
Yeah.
Because the way he explained something earlier, it was the second time I've heard his explanation, and it was about you know, the older generation with the internet and how we're integrated in with it, things like that, right? So you could have experienced it and then dreamt it, but when you dreamt it again, it just happened to be this way.
Yeah. I think that's the future of movies too, bro.
Dreams?
Like the multiverse in the form of a dream. What if you were able to go watch fucking Avengers Endgame as one of the characters?
Oh, that'd be baller as fuck.
And you, like, you know, you fucking do what you gotta do.
Bro, in our E-Dick room, if you don't want to fuck, you can be an E-Avenger, right? And you can be... It's basically at that point, it's like, pick your character. Like, who would you want to experience Avengers Endgame as, Jonathan? You go first.
Captain America, because I get to fuck Peggy Carter in the end.
Solid.
Also, he has some really cool moments.
Solid. Okay.
Wendy don't watch.
I I never watched the movie, but I think I'd be like Iron Man.
Oh, so you gonna die, dog?
You want to be a billionaire?
Sacrifice yourself in the end?
He just said, nah, not in this movie.
I'm very moral. That's the type of thing I would do anyway. So.
What about you?
I think I'd want to be Ant-Man. I think I would want to be in the mix.
Why? Because you get to be with Evangeline Lilly?
Yeah, that too. But like, no, I'd want to be in the mix, but I also want to like watch them like fulfill their destinies.
Yeah.
So like, even though he's important, he's not like the showstopper. Right?
Actually, take it back. I want to be Korg.
Korg?
No.
I can see you being Korg. I can actually see you being Loki. Fucking shit up.
You would look like yourself, but like if you were them. So like if you were
so I'd be Thor.
Like if you were 6'2" and fucking jacked, but you'd be you.
I think I'd still be Ant-Man.
Yeah,
because to me there's only one Thor, and that's Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, you're such a purist. All right, well I think that I'm done with the multiverse. What's on your list?
Well, because we're an hour and 5 minutes in,
I said multiverse.
So we'll end the podcast here with some nice little rantology. So a couple things happened this week.
Rantology?
And as I was getting angrier and angrier, because shit happens during the week that makes me angry, and this week I just decided to write a couple things down.
Alright, well while you rant, I'm gonna take a piss.
You don't want to be here for my Taylor Swift rant?
No.
I want to be here.
Well,
I believe in
tune in because it's going to be a minute.
Move that closer. So yeah.
Yeah.
That way it doesn't focus. Take the focus away.
Waiting.
Okay. Anyways, so the first thing I saw this week was with Travis Scott. So obviously we know what happened.
Yeah.
It's a very tragic situation.
Very tragic.
He definitely should be held liable to a certain point. I don't think his apology so far has been sufficient enough. I lost a lot of respect for him as well. But the thing that I'm talking about is everything that I saw online this week about it being a satanic ritual.
Yeah, I was trying to look for some stuff about it.
Bro, I saw... Okay. So, you know his... have you ever seen, like, the image of, like... to enter his festival is, like, his mouth?
Yeah.
So, okay. So, he did that based off a theme park called Astroworld in Texas, who has a similar thing.
Yeah.
But there's also depictions in, like, Christian art that's like, oh, that's the gates of hell, is like doing open mouth and all these kind of things. But the thing is, what's funny is about people like him and Lil Nas X, they throw out this imagery to intentionally piss these people off because they know it's going to get attention, and they know it's going to piss people off.
They're like,
and they know that these people are so easily triggered.
Yeah.
These are the same kind of people that I'm talking about, because like there's Christian people out there that know that, like, okay, obviously the man's trolling.
Yeah.
And then there's people that get actually upset about something that's so small like that, and then freak out like, oh, it's a satanic ritual and shit like that. No. You're just doing shit to piss off. Now, what happened at the concert, I don't know what the fuck happened. I wasn't there. I don't know a lot about it.
That's crazy.
The fact that a bunch of people died of cardiac arrest, I don't know. But it wasn't a satanic ritual.
Nah.
Bro, that imagery is just to trigger people when he's... it makes my brain hurt.
Yeah, no, for sure. 100%, man. I think it's like... I really do feel like it's people that just have too much time.
Yeah.
They go in there and like start sitting there.
And it's not, but it's not even that. It's people that they see one thing and they just like, oh yeah, that fits my bias.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that makes sense. Like, oh, you see if it's still recording, by the way? Yeah. But that's all it is.
Yeah.
And so that just fuels and it.
Yeah, and it
makes things worse.
And the thing is, kind of like you mentioned with the Lil Nas X, like that shows you, I had somebody at work was like, oh, like, don't watch that because it's like, this is like, really?
It's working on the devil.
Yeah, it's like, do you think that that's really like...
Which is hilarious.
You think that's really how it works? I was like, he wants people to talk about it.
Yeah.
And so you're talking about it, And to me, it's like on a higher level. It's like, why is this shit fucking up your energy? It's like, why are you even so, like, invested in that? It's like, literally, if you ignore it, it does the opposite of what it was intended to do,
It's designed to elicit a response.
Yeah, and people are just puppets, man, and unfortunately, you have those.
That's
people
why people are gullible.
Yeah,
they see it and they're like, "It's the devil at work." And one of the big things online right now is like all the celebrities are in a satanic pedophile devil worship cult, and I'm like, "Oh, great." This just fucking helps, you know.
Again, like it seems like every
it's been like that for a hot minute.
I'm gonna say it seems like every couple of years, all of a sudden, it's like all the celebrities are part of something untoward.
Yeah.
Anyways, end of rant. There's no such thing as Satan,
ghost,
satanic shit because Satan ain't real. So, anyways, moving on to the next topic.
Wait, but before you do, did y'all ever hear of the satanic panic? Like murder thing of like back in the 80s, 90s.
No, and there are people that are like satanic, and there are satanic cults of people, but like it's just not actually real. So he wasn't actually sacrificing anything.
Yeah.
And if that was the case, then that's some wild shit. But I mean, first off, if you're gonna do a satanic cult at a giant concert, why would only 8 people die?
Well.
If it's for Satan be like, that's weak numbers.
Yeah. We're talking about 666 deaths.
Yeah. Something fancy like that.
But no.
Which is also a fake number.
Yeah, but no.
All numbers are made up.
One thing I wanted to let you know is that, like, I was listening to this murder mystery case, right? Mm-hmm. And it was basically this thing where there was a daycare center, right, that was run by a family. And this one little kid had mentioned something about, like, not feeling well, right? And it basically escalated to such a point, right, where the gist was that these kids started like hearing their parents talk about cases, right? And so then the kids started saying, "Oh yeah, this is happening in this daycare center, right? It's like there's sacrifices, like basically because the parents were all like satanic this and satanic that and satanic this and satanic like there's a lot of cases that happened back in like that happened back in the 80s and 90s and even 70s, you know, like where there were like these cults, right, and all this stuff. Well, this is a thing where it's like the kids kept forming a story based on what they were hearing their parents talk about.
Yeah.
So like the kids were like, oh, like the parents were like, I heard this is like satanic thing and they're devil worshippers and they're sacrificing animals. So then the kid would like said, oh, I saw something and they were sacrificing animals and they were doing all this stuff because they were hearing their parents. And like they were even like, oh, it was a place and all this stuff. And the cops would go and investigate and there were absolutely no evidence of like sacrificing kids is like, well, whose kid is missing?
Yeah.
Like, sacrificing
Where
animals is
missing
like
kids.
Yeah, like and it's like going back to what you're saying about like these things and talking about how it's like satanic, it's like we've had parts of America where it's been even more, and I think as time progressed we just become more secular, you know, but this has been a thing for such a long time, and especially back in those times, you know, it's like these satanic people that were going around sacrificing and killing like sacrificing and yet no animals have been missing and no kids were missing and stuff like that. So, you know,
because the thing is, like, it may be one or two, like maybe little small groups that actually do it, that like,
but they're not sacrificing people.
Like, yeah, like, and like there's maybe rare occasions where somebody like, because somebody like, oh, the devil made me do it or something like that.
Yeah.
Most of the time, those people are fucking insane and are clinically insane and should have been locked up anyways. Like, it makes my head hurt.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
And look, this is not to bash anybody who likes religion or finds faith in religion, or if religion helps them. I'm in full support of that.
Yeah.
You know, and anything that makes you feel better, or anything that you can believe in. If you need something to help believe in or give you hope, like, fucking, that's fantastic. Mm-hmm. The problem that I have is when people use it to justify certain things, and especially when those things are like, oh, this motherfucker is a satanic devil worshiper. It's like, okay, now you lost me. Like, I'm done. My conversation with you is over, and we can move on to another subject, or goodbye forever, whatever the fuck you want to talk about.
Yeah.
So, like, that's just, I'm to that point in my life where I'm just like, yeah, cool. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, so I know I can't speak to you ever again. It's like people like with something that happened, you know, in my personal life, with, you know, like a vaccine conversation, and somebody said some shit, and I'm like, cool, Never gonna see that person again. I haven't seen since this day. So I mean, it's just kind of one of those things where I'm an adult and I don't have time to fuck around anymore because life's too short to fuck around with dumb motherfuckers. Yeah. Would you like to hear my second rant?
Yeah. Let's start that up.
It's only going to be my second one because the third one I don't want to get into because it's a little controversial. But the second one is I'm going to do a little quick shout out to any Swifties that are watching the channel right now. I just want to let you know, and this is I know we have a 2/3 majority rule. But I'm willing to put this in any paperwork. We would not be reacting to any Taylor Swift songs ever at all on this fucking channel.
I'm fine with that.
I hate her with a passion. And I don't hate her as a human being, but I hate her as an artist. Number one, because she's a sellout. You can't tell me she's not a fucking sellout. She's a motherfucking sellout.
She moved from country to...
She was a country artist, and she sold out to be a pop artist, which is fine. She's also a sellout. Anyways.
Which I don't think her pop music was even that good.
My biggest problem... My biggest problem with her is all the unnecessary hate that Jake Gyllenhaal was getting because of her. Did you hear about this?
No. Were they ever together?
Yes. Oh, a long time ago, by the way.
Okay.
When he was maybe in his later 20s, she was maybe 19 or 20. She wrote a 10-minute song about this man. And all of her fans online are talking mad shit, saying, I hope he's crying in the shower, all these kind of things. And I doubt it. And here's what I want to say right now. Here's what I want to say.
The ones that only showers rarely.
And I'm glad I'm saying this at the end of the podcast because the
I would fuck Jake Gyllenhaal's dick.
I'd fuck his real dick. What are you talking about?
Oh shit! You take some spider dick.
Some Mysterio dick.
No, I'm talking about some Spider-Man. It's you, Toby, Andrew, and
spoilers.
Tom. They've all been Spider-Man. It's not a spoiler.
Okay, that's
true. Would you take that dick, that Ibukaki?
Tell me you wouldn't want to get fucked by Spider-Man? You're a goddamn liar.
I don't know about that. Shooting their webs on my face.
Save me. Call me Mary Jane. My problem that I have with Taylor Swift is she's built her entire career based off her relationships, and she's got how many major albums and how many fucking songs. So that means how many fucking relationships has she been in? At some point,
you say she been hoeing?
I'm not saying that she's a hoe, but at some point, you're writing all these songs about all these terrible experiences you've had.
Maybe she's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. At some point, maybe did you ever think the fucking problem's you?
Yeah, right.
And I'm sorry, that's not a good role model that young girls need to be looking up to.
Yeah.
It's not okay, and it's not okay for guys either to jump from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship. You should pick your relationships very carefully.
Yeah.
Okay? Because from experience, we've all had experience of, oh man, this person is so hot, I want to be with them, and then guess what? They fuck you over. Guess what? It happens. It's called being an adult, and it's called growing up.
Yeah.
It's called learning from your mistakes, not making a whole goddamn career out of it and making all these girls insecure and think that these things exist. Because guess what? That in turn creates the feminists that hate men. You're creating feminists that hate people. Taylor Swift, she's hurting the future population of the earth because there's going to become more and more feminists who don't want to be with men, which is in turn going to screw up the population of the earth. There's not going to be as many children, which is going to in turn lead to the end of civilization as we know it. It's Taylor Swift's fault. You heard it right here on the Amp Theory 2021.
But it'll solve global warming. It sounds like you just solved global warming, bro. Less humans.
Yeah.
Let's go. Damn. Catch 22, baby.
How late are we in? We're an hour and 16 minutes into the podcast. I'm gonna say something really controversial, and I might have to bleep this whole sentence out. But would you really want to live in a world that's overruled by women?
Oh shit!
For that note,
shit.
There's a show that talks about this.
Why the Last Man?
Why the Last Man? I actually watched it. It's I liked it. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, look,
you never get anything done.
I think you hit.
Still be trying to figure out what the fuck the population is gonna be eating.
That's what I'm saying.
They won't know what to eat for lunch, and that's it.
And that's not even a shot at women. I asked Wendy, I'm like, "What do you want to eat?" She's like, "I don't know. What do you want?" Just asked you. When we say, "What do you want to eat?" That means because we want you to pick because you're the fucking picky one.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's
no secret here from the men at the M Theory.
Hey, what if Taylor Swift, right? It's like, you're trying to marry, like...
First off, Taylor Swift is the queen of basic white bitches, by the way. She's their queen. So I know we have upset some of the people that may even be subscribers, but I'm sorry. She's the queen of the basic bitches.
First off, sick burn. Second off is, okay, so you know she's trying to marry like equal, right? She's a big celebrity and she's getting with all these celebrities, right? Maybe what she needs is to get down back to her roots. Some country boy out of Wisconsin, right? Some dairy farmer, right? He wouldn't cheat on her. He treated her like a fucking princess.
Fuck the patriarchy. Nope. Can't
so?
do that anymore.
Farmer
you know
boy?
that would fucking ruin her image.
The farmer boy from
a down
Wisconsin?
home. First off, he's probably a Trump supporter then.
Oh.
So that ruins her image. She can't go back to her roots. She is crawled out of her roots. We got Britney back. We don't need Taylor Swift. Fuck that bitch. We got Britney back.
Shit, we did get
we got Britney back, but Britney got problems.
We got Britney and Paris Hilton back. Fuck that bitch.
Yeah, but Britney got mental issues.
It's alright.
She's alright now.
Over there, like
right.
posting like happy photos of her booty on the internet. And
It's
not what I was hoping it would be.
Here at the Amp Theory, we like our women a little crazy.
Yeah.
And on that note,
just a dash of crazy.
On that note, Sarah's gonna murder you with that comment.
This is gonna be a 2-man band.
Well, guys, make sure you tune in next week.
Yeah,
because it's gonna be our Thanksgiving episode. Scott's gonna dress up as a turkey. You're gonna be an Indian, and I guess I'll be a pilgrim. I guess I'll come as Christopher Columbus or something.
No, you should come as Putnam.
Should you be a?
We should do a.
You should come in as a old was it religion back then? Puritan priest.
Yeah.
I can do my hair like with that bowl cut.
Yeah,
have like a.
And just so the PC police doesn't fuck us up, I'll just come in as an Aztec Indian, which they
You'll
weren't.
be a Native American.
Yeah.
Which
there's a reason why I'm brown.
Yeah.
Right. Like this is the reason I look like
your people are native to this land.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But also, shameless plug. I was gonna tell these guys I was gonna do it. So your boy released like music back in the day. It was like freestyle music. Go give it a like. Go subscribe. You know, and if you do, I'll start making music again.
Link will be in the description down below.
Yeah. If y'all want to bring Poppy Vasquez back, he'll come back, baby. But
I'm waiting for that crossover.
I'm always here for. I'm always here for some Poppy.
And if we get lots of love, I'll make beats for dollar bills to come up on the track.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Bro,
we're about to get live up in this bitch.
I want you to get like in a flame like freestyle war with Chills. He does these like top
number
5.
15.
Yeah, he does like these number 15 videos, but he's actually got a couple rap tracks.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
What?
You never seen Chills' rap tracks?
I don't know if I want to now.
They're actually not that bad.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Anyways,
all right. Well, thanks for coming in, guys. We love y'all. We appreciate it.
Much appreciated.
Coming to you live in 4K. See you next week.
Ooh,
Thanksgiving.
Wow.